Hey, Nomad coming at you with another one here. Today I wanted to discuss overflow boxes. Now this is an old overflow box. You can see it's got some salt buildup on it and stuff from where the water used to deposit over into it. Although when the water's flowing, it doesn't really look like that. It even had some areas where the bacteria from the live rock had kind of crusted over, which is kind of cool when your tank does that. And it goes up the back. Depends on whether you like it or not. But this is an old school overflow box. I looked online to see if you can even buy these anymore. I found one website that sells them because I was just curious. Now, I wasn't going to be getting this one again. I got the eShops overflow box. It's the 800, and it's got a huge tube that goes from the front to the back and allows the water to filtrate down. And then, of course, one of the things people do not like is the return. See, the return is built directly into this overflow box. My new overflow box is completely separate. It only puts water down into my sump. And then my pump pumps it back up. And on this side, it pumps back into the tank. People do not like, there's a lot of people that do not like when your water flow is right next to your return. Now, I personally, I don't know if it matters much or not. It's pulling the water off of the top and then it's flowing into the overflow box. It's trying to skim off the top. And this is much lower, obviously. Now, this one was nice because this one had a vacuum tube right here that went across. And as it pushed water up, it created the siphon in this box and automatically pulled the water back over. With modern day, with some of the newer ones that they have, and I think that this has been the case for a long time. Back in the day when you used to buy an overflow box, you used to have to put like a vacuum on it. And that vacuum would run and it would stick on top. So like you would buy a vacuum and it would stick on top here and it would vacuum out the air in here and it would allow the water to go over into it. This one was kind of like pretty cool because like you didn't have to have that. And so I bought this one because it's like, man, that's really cool. Like I don't have to buy a vacuum and stuff. Now that is, if your power goes out, that vacuum turns off. The vacuum no longer is sucking and it breaks the seal. Now the new ones they got, they're pretty cool. It's got a tube, and what you have to do is you have to take a tube that's about this size, and I mean you have to have this size. You can't stick a big tube up in there. But you got to get a tube about this size. This one's pretty long, and you stick it up into your pipe and you get it about halfway in there and you suck on it. It sucks all the water out and then it flows over. You suck all the air out and then it flows over into the back of your overflow box and comes down. And what's really cool about this one that I've gotten is when your power goes out, it stays in the tube. So it just stops in the tube, and if the power goes back on, it'll turn back on and it just siphons again. It's really a nice one. I've always been a fan of overflow boxes. I have no issues with those that are out there that say tap the back of your tank. I don't have any, I mean, if you want to get water and you want to get a diamond tap and you want to tap the back of your tank and you want to put a bulkhead in and do that, man, go for it. You do you. Like, I don't have any issues with that. But for me, I've always used overflow boxes. I like them. I've been in construction a lot of years too. The field of construction that I'm in, I manage many trades. And, I have the experience, but I like overflow boxes. They're peaceful to me, and I like what it does, and I don't really like tapping my tanks. And so for those that say, oh, well, overflow boxes suck, I mean, like, whatever. Like, it's really up to you to do the hobby how you want to do it. It works just fine. I mean, it works fine. Mine can do up to 800 gallons, the one I got. It's specifically made for up to 125 gallon tank, which I have 110 gallon behind me, plus I have like 20 to 30 gallons in my sump that I'm moving. It works perfect for me. I'm not gonna run it at the full 800. That's not my plan at all. Like I did said on my videos earlier, the slower you move water in your sump, the better filtration that your mechanical equipment is going to do and perform for the maintenance of your system. But I wanted to kind of show you today this really old school overflow box and what I used years ago. It served me well, and I am going to keep it because I may use this on another small tank. I don't really know. Thinking about starting some other tanks, but for now, let's see how this one goes, and it should be a lot of fun. Anyways, this is Nomad out, and have a wonderful day.